Hello and welcome to YouThink. Ever caught someone saying, like a stick in the mud, and wondered, where on earth did that even come from? Today, we're peeling back the layers on 15 classic everyday phrases, uncovering the wild, sometimes hilarious, sometimes surprising stories behind the words we toss around without a second thought. From ancient battlefields to medieval markets, old-time hunting tricks and 19th century slang, these little expressions are like tiny time capsules from the past, showing how these phrases were born and how we still use them today. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's dive into the fun history of language we all use every day. Let's kick things off with stick in the mud. You know, that friend who's always no thanks. I'll just stay home. This one popped up in early 1700s England. Picture a wagon or carriage literally stuck in thick wet mud, wheels stuck, going nowhere fast. Often a small timber or a large stick would be used to pry the rig free, leaving the stick in the mud behind. Over time, it became a way to describe anyone who's stuck in their ways, boring, resistant to fun or change, or just downright shallow. In the modern-day world, it's the church lady saying no dancing, or a corporate yes-man whose neck forgot how to move back and forth, or a micromanager looking over your shoulder with Excel sheets, asking you why you spent 3 minutes in the bathroom. So it's just good old literal imagery turned into a gentle roast. Next up, bite the dust. When something crashes and burns, fails hard, or even, well, you know, the roots go all the way back to ancient Greece. Homer's Iliad describes warriors falling in battle and literally biting the dust on the ground. It got a huge revival in 19th century American cowboy stories and westerns, where the bad guys or good guys got shot off their horses and hit the dirt. The 80s rock band Queen, with their #1 hit song Another One Bites the Dust, sealed it in pop culture forever. So it started epic and tragic. Now we use it for a bad date or a failed project. Here's one you've definitely used. Bite your tongue, when you want to stop yourself or someone else from saying something rude or regrettable. This is super straightforward. Biting your tongue hurts enough to shut you up fast. It popped up in the late 1500s in a Shakespeare play called 2 Henry VI, where the Duke of York bites his tongue to save his daughter-in-law's life for being found out for dabbling in witchcraft. We still say it today when we're about to spill something spicy, like a friend who asks, "Do you like my new boyfriend?" And, well, it turns out you do. Some things are best left to oneself. Ever been between the devil and the deep blue sea? It means to be stuck between two terrible choices. This one's pure 17th century sailor talk. On old wooden ships, the devil was the longest, trickiest seam in the hull to repair, usually right at the waterline. Fix it at sea. One slip, and you're in the deep blue sea. Total no-win situation. The blue part got added later for extra drama. Super relatable when life makes you choose between the better of two evils. How about bring home the bacon, when someone's providing for the family or scoring a big win? This goes back to 12th century England, where any couple who proved they hadn't argued for a whole year and a day would win a side of bacon from the church as a prize. Later, in early 20th century America, it was tied to prize-fighting victories. Winning meant bacon on the table. It's a tasty symbol of success and support, and it still feels good to say. Next, burning your bridges. It's ruining a relationship so badly there's no way back. Straight from military tactics, ancient Roman armies would literally burn bridges behind them after crossing a river to force total commitment. No retreat, only forward. Today, It's what happens when you quit in a rage or trash talk your ex-boss. Dramatic, irreversible, and a reminder to think twice before you torch something. Ever heard you'll get your fingers burned? It's all about getting hurt, usually financially or emotionally, from meddling in something risky. Super literal, right? Touch something hot, get burned, and you're way more careful next time. Figuratively, it's been used since the 1500s for the painful consequences of bad decisions. We've all been there. A bad investment, a toxic friendship, or maybe a risky bet. Ouch! But lesson learned. Now, let's call a spade a spade. This means to speak bluntly, no sugarcoating at all. It's from the ancient Greek proverb to call a fig and a trough. Raw, no fluff, no fancy, just honest speaking. In the 15th century, the scholar Erasmus translated it into Latin, swapping trough for shovel, which later became spade in English. It was never about anything more than pure, unfiltered honesty. Today, we use it when we want to sidestep the bullshit and get to the truth. No apologies, just short, sharp, and dead on. Love it or hate it, it's classic straight talk. Here's a classic. Cat got your tongue. Why are you suddenly so quiet? Usually a teasing comment, really. The origin's a bit fuzzy. Perhaps a late 1800s American or English playful taunt. Some folks link it to the cat-o'-nine-tails used to silence sailors, or witches' cats stealing speech. But honestly, there's no solid proof. Mostly, it's just a cheeky way to poke fun at kids or adults who've gone silent. Fun, light, and still going strong. You've heard this one. It'll cost you an arm and a leg. Ridiculously expensive. So this phrase is mid-20th century American, likely popping up after the Second World War. Soldiers lost limbs in war, a huge sacrifice to pay, changing their lives forever. The phrase became slang for anything that costs you dearly. Some folks tie it to portrait painters charging extra for painting limbs, but honestly, the war imagery feels strongest. Either way, when that price tag hurts, this is the one. Remember Grandma saying, "Don't cry over spilt milk," a pointless regret over something already done. This one's a 1650s proverb, a literal farm accident, really. Milk spills, it's gone forever, so don't waste tears. Simple, wise and timeless, isn't it? We've all spilled something literal or metaphorical and learned. Move on, clean up, and next time, maybe use a lid. Your coach in school said, "Cut the mustard." This means to meet the standards and perform well. It's late 1800s American slang, by the way. Mustard meant the best or zest. Cut meant perform sharply. No circus or farming origin, just good old excellence. Still used today to say you're not quite there in a fun, old-fashioned way. Then there's a fly in the ointment, the one little thing that ruins everything else. Straight from the Bible, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 1. Dead flies cause the ointment of the apothecary to send forth a stinking savour. A tiny dead fly ruins the whole jar of expensive perfume. It's just the perfect metaphor for that one flaw that spoils the rest. Still spot on. Ever give someone the bird? Booing, jeering, or flipping the middle finger. The finger's from Rome, the bird is from New York. Back in the 19th century, theatre audiences hissed like geese, sharp, shrill, and unmistakable to show disapproval. Later on, it got tied to the middle finger gesture. Rude, classic, and honestly older than you think. Here's go down the drain, total failure or waste, really. The British term down the pan is, well, the same idea. 20th century slang, pan equals the toilet bowl. Flush it and it's gone forever. Perfect for projects, plans or dreams that just disappear. Brutally honest and, honestly, very visual. Finally, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's discarding something good while getting rid of the bad. This is a 16th century German proverb, a literal warning from communal bathing days when the whole family shared one tub. The baby bathed last. So, don't toss the kid out with the murky water. Great reminder. Fix the problem. Don't destroy everything. And there you go. 15 phrase origins that prove language is a wild, sometimes hilarious ride through history. From ancient battlefields to medieval kitchens, these little sayings connect us to people who lived centuries ago. Next time you use one, smile at the story behind it. Which one surprised you most? Drop it in the comments. We love hearing your favorites. Share this video with a friend who loves a good story. And let's keep uncovering the magic of language together. Thanks for watching. If you valued the time you invested here today, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get more similar content from YouThink. See you next time.